Our last speaker, last but not least by any means, is Dennis Barrett. He's the Food Service Director in the Los Angeles Unified School District. And I think one of the most impressive things, and think about this construct for a minute, is that their program serves over 700,000 meals per day in 1,000 locations. 700,000, almost 750,000 lunch meals per day in over 1,000 locations. He also has been a state president of his state association and is now working to make Los Angeles Unified have one of the most progressive menus in the country, with no canned fruits or vegetables, no foods that are breaded, and a true vegetarian entree every day. Dennis.
Thank you very much. The first thing I want everyone to know, and I want to make this very, very clear, the National School Lunch and Breakfast Program is the greatest hidden treasure in America, and nobody knows about it because we have not stood up and let people know. The school lunch program does not contribute towards obesity. We are regulated on the calories that we can serve, how much fat, how much sugar, have been for years. Exercise is important. We want to make sure, but there's a couple of 3 points that I want to get across. First is the serving sizes are way too large that they're recommending. The serving sizes, as has been mentioned in the current menu, are too much for the kids to eat. But the serving sizes, you see those plates that she had back there a moment ago with a little bit of fruit, and she had the muffin, etc. We have to offer 1 full cup of fruit and 1 full cup of vegetable at every meal. And they must take one or the other. Now, 1 delicious apple is normally about the size of my fist. 1 delicious apple does not make up a cup. It takes 1.5 large delicious apples to make up a cup. So we've got to give the kids 2 or 3, depending on the size apples that we get. The muffin, we'd have to serve 2 of those muffins every day. If you had a thing of carrots that was on that plate, that was like 1/3 of a cup or 1/2 a cup maybe that was on that plate. Think of a thing of, let's take a vegetable, full cup of vegetable. The next time you fix a meal at home, take a full cup of vegetables and put it on your plate or one of your children's plates. They must take it. It's going to cost us, just for the increased amount of food that they're increasing things to in Los Angeles, we have a budget of about $300 million. It's going to cost us over $50 million. Right now, the school district is paying about 10% because we are unable with our labor and benefit costs are 68%. We are unable to pay our own way. The district pays about 10%. If we added in, it's going to be this year, we're estimating about $40 million. It's going to be approaching $100 million next year if these go into play. Can a school district afford that? Secretary Vilsack indicated that, well, we're going to give you 6 cents. Wonderful, we really appreciate that. But by raising the prices to the paying kids to be up equal to the free kids and increasing your prices on your a la carte sales will over cover the cost that it's going to take you for these additional portion sizes they're going to give us. My answer to that, he's never worked in the program. If I took all of my paid students and immediately they started paying $2.74 for a meal, I would generate $3.2 million a year. It's going to cost me $50 million a year. Very concerned about the serving sizes, bok choy, kale, watercress, some of those things that they want us to introduce. In our program, we've tried to meet the guidelines now. We're having a very tough time with sodium. With sodium, we have been at 1,100 milligrams for over 4 years. We must go to 620 milligrams of sodium at the elementary level. That's lower than a low sodium diet in a hospital. It's very, very difficult when 2 ounces of turkey is 450. 1/2 pint of milk is 125 milligrams of sodium. 1 slice of bread. If you had a bun, The 2 buns are 160 milligrams. To go to 620, it's extremely difficult. These guidelines need to be an interim guideline. Let us work with them to show them and help train USDA of what will work and what won't work. If not, the National School Lunch and Breakfast Program really could be in jeopardy.